Hi there guys, this is not a usual review because I'm doing a Generation 1 figure today by request of Kal-El Prime. I'm sorry David if I got your name wrong, but I hope that's right. But yeah, I got myself Fortress Maximus after many hours of searching for a cheap one online. Before we get started, price for Fortress Maximus can easily run into the high 700s to the thousands, depending on what kind of box you want. If you want it AF rated and in the see-through plastic casing, but then you can't play with it, so what's the point? Mine was 763, I think, but he came with quite a nice box, and he came with all of his packaging, the styrofoam and the styrofoam sheet and the instructions. So once you see the review, you'll know why it was worth the amount it was. Now, I'm going to start off small. I'm going to build up to Fortress Maximus because I was trying to handle him this morning through like a practice run, and I wasn't having it. So I'll start off with Spike, the headmaster. Obviously connects to Cerebros, and they form Fortress Maximus's main head. Now, the figure itself, like all headmaster figures, they're small, but they are very detailed. You probably can't see too well, but he is very nicely detailed and quite nicely coloured. But I think they put more effort into Zarek in his robot mode anyway. He seems to have a lot more detail around the face than Spike's. Spike's face seems to be a bit... well, you can see where the detail is, but it's not quite as clear as it is on Zarek's. And if you've got Zarek, you'll probably know what I'm talking about if you have a look at them. But obviously, for headmasters, they don't have a lot of movement. They have the little feet that move, and they have one waist joint. Well, you can't move each leg individually. It has to be that, or either one of the two legs, and you can move the arms, which is quite nice. Obviously, transformation for it is simple. You just fold the back legs down, and you flip that bit up, and there's his head. It's not really the biggest transformation ever, but the amount of detail that is in that head is quite nice again. And luckily enough, I have Cerebros' body ready for his head, so I'll just connect that on top. And like all headmasters, if you've ever had one, you flip a panel down on the chest and it shows how strong they are. And Fortress Maximus is full. He is the daddy, basically, is what it's saying. Now, Cerebros, he's not desperately good, to be honest. His arms look very piddly and small compared to the rest of him, and it's really close to his body. But when you come to make his head, it makes sense why they did that. They didn't want to put too much into this. The gun, which I've heard can go for like 25 quid on eBay for just that gun, which is ridiculous. That's another reason why I paid 700 quid for mine. Not a lot of movement, but more than most. You've got the leg joint there, and that's pretty much it. That is Cerebros in a nutshell, basically. Still very nice to look at, but that's not why you buy Fortress Maximus, is it? None of these small ones I'm showing you are. Now, if you bear with me, I just need to confirm which is which. Okay, this is apparently Gromit. He's supposed to be a tank of some sort, and you can only really tell that because of the stickers on the sides of his legs. And these are meant to be guns here, but they're not very clear. You can tell, again, it was not designed to transform. It's just a bit of plastic with 3 wheels on the bottom of it, but it does have some okayish detail on. And this is Gasket, which is another bit of Fortress Maximus. All of these bits I'm showing you are. His wheels are a lot nicer, I think. They move a lot faster, and this bit's a lot more detailed, and that's because you combine these two together, which I'll do for you now. Just pop these out and pop his. A very simple transformation, the most simple transformation on Fortress Maximus. You slide them two together and you give him his gun, which again, his gun goes for a hell of a lot on eBay as well for some strange reason. And that is robot mode Cog. He's nice. He's big. He's big compared to like a headmaster, which is quite small. But there's not a lot of paint on him, which would have been nice. You know, they maybe could have put some eye paint or stickers for him on, but they didn't. Again, he's a nice figure. Mine, unfortunately, has the stickers the wrong way around on him, which I've just noticed now. But that doesn't matter too much. He's still quite nice. He'll look good with Fortress Maximus in city mode. Sorry, excuse me. Speaking of Fortress Maximus in city mode, I'll just get him. Ow. Oh. And here is the beast and the daddy. I have no idea how well you can see that. I hope it's good shots, but I can't tell. He is a monster. He's heavy as hell. It's just an effort just holding him up by one hand. He's got these ramps on each side. These bits here are supposed to like catapult Gasket and Gromit forward, but you know, it's quite stiff and I don't really want to pull them off by accident. There is an elevator, don't know how well you can see it, in between there, which actually works. You crank that and in this hole here it lifts them up, and again, Gasket or Gromit or any Transformer can be shot out by pushing the little red thing there, which flips up the lid, and there goes this ramp. Flip around again. On this side, this here is meant to be a repair bay. You can see how hard it is, can't you? This is meant to be a repair bay, but it's in robot mode. This is where I stole Gasket. Round the other side, there it is a prison cell apparently, which is where I store Gromit. Which is good, so you don't need to leave the pieces everywhere. And there it is, folded up. Strangely enough, the tower where you put Cerebros is facing backwards. That isn't mine. On box art, the tower should be facing, you know, towards me, but it's not. I don't know what went wrong there or anything. Probably some kind of design error that they made and they just couldn't be bothered to fix it. But he's got a working radar as well. Working, it twists, which is quite nice, I suppose. And anything else? Yeah, on the back there between his legs, that little red bit, that's to lift the lift up and down. So I'm gonna transform him into. Oh right, sorry, I almost forgot. That is where Cerebros transforms into a really crappy kind of thing that you plug in there. I'll just do that now. That shouldn't take long. Oh wait. That's basically it. And I'll just slot him in. Oh god. Oh, I think that's right. You just slot him in there. And that's it. I'm not really sure what it's meant to be, but it's there and, you know, fair enough. I'm going to transform him into battle station mode and be back in a bit, okay?